Well, hey friends, it's your girl Tracy from Tracy's Rhythmic Life. I am back out here. We're actually under the shed. I'm gonna take you all out in the garden, but I just wanted to show you all what's been going on. Maybe you could help explain what's been happening to my seedlings. Once they germinate are very pretty, and then soon after they start dying off. So I don't know for sure if it's the soil or what is it. So I'm gonna turn my camera around to show you all what I'm talking about. Okay, you see right here, I think my last video that I showed you all where I planted some dill and it was all filled pretty up here. It was all blooming and everything, and look at now, I barely got two or three hanging on. Same thing with these some flowers that I planted over here, some blue flowers. My mint is dying off. Move this out the way. Yep, they are dying. My oregano died off, and this is the season for those, y'all. I just don't quite understand. You know, I want to let them get up some size before I try to transplant them, you know, out in the area. This is my lavender that I planted over here. These are hanging on, but you see that one of them, the soil is moist and everything. Here, I kind of thought I watered it, but you know, I don't know. It's dry now, but I just don't understand. If I water it, is it too much? If I don't water it, what's the issue? I just may have to buckle down and just try different soil. I just don't know. And I planted my melons over here. These are cantaloupe and watermelons. They started out real, you know, I started these from seed as well, and they were you know, coming up fairly nice and fairly well, and all of a sudden they started kind of, but this one right here is getting its true leaves, but they started kind of getting weak. And this one, and it was full of this, well, more than this. That one is. I'm tempted to just go ahead on and pull them up and transplant them out in the garden. My bell peppers are doing good. These are the ones that I up potted into this container here, and these were seeds that I saved from a bell pepper that was purchased from the store. They are doing real good. Let me take you over here to my tomatoes and my eggplant and the seeds that I planted right here. I planted some hot pepper seeds, and they are coming up, germinating. Here goes some more cherry tomatoes and my bell peppers that I transplanted. They are coming up. All of these were started from seed. Everything up here was started from seeds, even the cherry tomatoes. And if y'all remember, if you have been watching some of my videos, probably I think back in January, I had started my spring seedlings indoors, but none of them made it. So I waited till possibly in March. I think in March when I reseeded again, and everything was pretty much germinating then. So that is the reseeding of my spring seedlings. Even if they died off, I replanted, reseeded, and they're still holding on. All right, let me take you out in the garden, show you what's going on. I'm gonna go down here in my plum bush to see how those are doing. First off, let me just mention to y'all the soil that I just started using, the Miracle Grow, but I've been having this problem even before the Miracle Grow. I've pretty much been using the compost and manure. I've been using those since I even started. But I purchased this garden soil here, and it's the Miracle Grow. So I know a lot of people don't use this. Everybody have their brand that they use, but so I would not necessarily just blame this, the Miracle Grow, because I've been having this problem way before that. And the topsoil, I use that from time to time. I just started using those, but mainly what I have been using for sure is that this right here, that cow manure and compost. So I don't know if that's the issue or what, but from time to time it does it out in the garden. So if y'all can just kind of give me some pointers of what you think that could possibly, woo, those on tarbor worms, y'all. I meant to mention to y'all, these tarbor worms are out. If you are a fisherman, you know what I'm talking about as far as these tarbor worms. My hubby has a tarbor worm tree, and these are some gigantic tarbor worms. I think they are Kataba worms, and we just call them tarbor worms. Let you look at the tree. I forget I was out there. I may have to zoom in some. And this is the second time that they have come this year. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do something because they are at my plants. But yeah, I don't usually bother anything else. It's mostly the tarbor worm tree leaves that they pretty much eat, and once they've eaten those, they die off. If it's real quiet here, you could hear the droppings because it's a lot of them. You could hear the droppings of them dropping on the tin roof up here. I think I might need to put my cap on before I walk out here. Here goes some baby tarbor worms here. Probably in about a month. In about a month or so, or probably even less, they will be done clean these trees out. The leaves, they will be cleaned them, have eaten them up, and then they'll go on. But yeah, I'm gonna take a trip out here in the garden, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm gonna take a trip out here in the garden. I had to put my cap on with these tarbor worms out here. All right, this is what everything is looking like so far in my Dollar Tree stackable planters. Not a whole lot as far as food wise. Here are my cucumbers. I see one right here. My cherry tomatoes are just getting large, just no blooms yet. My bush beans, spider webs. I have been harvesting some. Just very few. Now this is the cowpeas. They are finally kind of putting on some peas. I just see 1, 2. It's growing up this DIY trellis. I have to get that video out to you. This is my other cherry tomato here, and it's getting height. It's almost as tall as my planter here, but no blooms, no flowers, no nothing. And here is my okra. Something is eating the leaves. I can't put any organic pesticides on it because it keeps raining. We're getting rain pretty much every day. The okra plant is growing. These are my sweet potatoes here. They are growing. I gotta heal those up some more. Here are some more bush beans. They're finally trying to put on some beans. Just very few. I did a succession. I don't see any that's come up yet. Hopefully the squirrels are not eating, or the birds are eating the seeds. All right, my tomatoes are finally, I'm leaving them on so they can get some color, turn red. They're finally trying to turn red. We've had a good little bit of fried green tomatoes. I may go ahead on and pull this one. So you see that little hole there. You know, you try to keep them on to keep the pest off, but that's kind of hard. You just have to let them finish turning colors indoors. You can go one here. Yep, that one is rotted out. Toss it. I may go ahead and get this other one here that is turning red and just let it finish inside of the house. That's a nice size green one right here. We're trying to let them do their due diligence of turning colors. Got a good bit of bell peppers to pick. Not bell peppers, but banana peppers. Got one bell pepper here. Let's take a look over here at my, look at that top one, all out here in the garden. I'm gonna look at my squash, my zucchini. They pretty much are all males. As I might add, they are blooming, but no zucchinis. I had went ahead and pulled up my squash because they were doing the same thing as well, and these zucchinis are too. So I may wind up just pulling those up because they're not gonna do anything from the looks of it. My okra is coming up. It's getting taller. It is growing, hoping that it produces some okra. These bell peppers, jalapeno peppers that I planted earlier this week, they're still standing strong. Put the other ones here. That squash plant there, I'm gonna pull it up, and the corn is still hanging on pretty good. Have 4 of those. I was hoping that this year I'm able to harvest more than just peppers and tomatoes, but that's okay. You know, having a garden is challenging, very challenging for some. You know, others, you know, they grow and do real good. A lot of times that all depends on what you're using and the area you live in. I don't know if these turn red. I'm not gonna bother them. See if they get up some more size. Yep. See, these turn orange. So I'm not gonna bother those. All right, so I'm gonna take a trip out. Let's go over here. Let me see this end of the garden. See what peppers we have over here that are ready. If I kind of knew what kind they were, I would know more better of, what they're supposed to look like. Or these green, everything starts green and then it changes colors. So you don't know if it's red or stays green or what. More tomatoes. We got all these tomatoes. I'm not really a tomato person, but I will eat it in my salad, just not overly, because we don't do like pastas, not pastas, but spaghettis and lasagna for me to even try to make the sauce, tomato sauce. But I'm gonna take a trip out here and see what the plum bush is doing. All right, here we are at the plum bush. You see how it has turned purple even more, red or purplish even more. Take a look. There were more on here, a lot of them. Well, a handful of them has dropped to the ground, but I'm gonna go ahead on and just pick these. Maybe we'll get to enjoy a couple of them. Yeah, something's been eating these. I'm glad I didn't pick them when I first came out here and did a video, because look at the difference. Something has been trying to eat that one. I think the rain is probably splitting some of them as well. And then hubby may have been out here getting some. So that's all that's on the bush for now. So here's what I picked so far. Tomatoes, plums, one bell pepper, and banana peppers. And let's look at the blueberry. Only one so far that's ready to be picked. Let's see if I can get that one there. The rest of them are still not quite ready yet. If they get ripe before something eats them, these are some more that's just beginning to bloom, but they have to be a deeper purple before they are ready. So just one so far. The recording stopped, but I'll be back with more soon. Stay tuned and keep growing, y'all.